Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another series of Pokemon Live with I Am. Unfortunately, if this video you were looking for part 5 of my regular OU series, this will not be it, so you can click out if you like. But if you guys are interested in this particular video, which is a battle I had against such a great opponent that I had to just make this an individual video, then stay tuned, because I got a heck of a battle for you guys. And this battle, I will walk you down through the nitty gritty, every part of my thinking process. And yeah, you're about to see it. So let's just get right into it. So my opponent here, he goes by the name of let me see if I pronounce this right, yovn, and he has the little like face with the L's and the lips. I think it's like a shrug. Yeah, it's like shrug. Yeah, so like the Kanye shrug back in the Grammys award. But he has Cinderace on his team. He has Dodrio, which I have to watch out for because he could trap any of my mons. He, especially my Toxicity, but I do have Scarf, so he doesn't know that. So hopefully I speed him. Unfortunately, I don't know if he has Focus Sash. So and I don't have a rocker, so unfortunately I will have to work around that. He does have Toxic Peck, which is the most annoying Pokemon. I already mentioned how annoying that Pokemon is. Wish is banned. He have Krogonite combined with a Clefairy. It's kind of like a Scar and Blissey combination, so that's annoying already. So it's like a stall. And then you have Dragapult, so that's not that worrisome, but he does outspeed a lot of my mons, just being himself, so I gotta watch out for that. Clefairy is my biggest threat, but he decided to lead off with Clefairy first turn, so let's just see how this plays out. Let me just slow this down a little bit. Yeah, so I lead off with Mamoswine. I just go straight for Icicle Crash because he does have a Krogonite in the field. He just decided to go for rocks, and that Icicle Crash did way too much, so he goes to attack here as I go for another one. Here I know he's gonna switch out into his Toxic Peck because he knows that is definitely bandit damage. So I go into my Toxicity knowing that. Here he switches out into his Dragapult. I just go for Volt because let me pause here, because even though he has a Dodrio, which could definitely trap me, he doesn't know if I'm Scarf or not, or Choice Specs for that matter. So you know, he doesn't want to throw away his Dodrio, and his Dodrio might not even be Focus Sash for all I know. So he doesn't want to bring that in, so I felt like Volt Switcher was the best safe bet just to get switch advantage. He goes into Dragapult to take that Volt. I switch in my Mamoswine. Since I see lefties here, I immediately know he's a Will-O-Wisp set, so I just go for Icicle Crash. If he goes to Will-O-Wisp, he dies regardless because I'm Bandit and he has such weak defense, so I could just hit him with the Icicle Crash, knock him out. But he's smart enough, he decided to switch into Toxic Peck. I'm not really expecting my Earthquake to come in, because Earthquake actually won't kill Dragapult once he goes for Willow. So that's a smart move on his part. Now, since he knows I'm banned, he's safe to do whatever he wants. So he decided to go for a Toxic on incoming Mandibus. I just want to get those rocks out of here because his Clefairy is actually weak. So at this point, any Mon can basically take him out. So I do get off default. Unfortunately, he does bring him in, so let's give him the opportunity to go for rocks again. However, he doesn't have taunt, so I go for taunt here. He goes for Wish, trying to get more recovery. I don't let him do that. I go to Toxicity because I felt like that was the best Pokemon to bring in. He could go for Moonblast, which will probably do a lot, but because Toxicity is part poison, it's not going to do anything. He goes in Krogonite. This is the best scenario here, as I can just go for Volt Switch. I actually decided to go for Volt Switch because I expect him to think that I'm going to switch up my move to go for Boom Burst on his incoming Dodrio, so that's why I went for Volt Switch. So I had to really think it out, and it worked out for me because he goes in Dragon Ball, which will take another 23% from my Volt. I go back to Mamoswine, same scenario. Here I decided I'm going to stick with the Icicle Crash because this time I know he's going to keep switching from his Toxic Pecks to his Krogonite because he doesn't know what I'm thinking. So I go for 2 Icicle Crash. It doesn't do a lot. Unfortunately, he does get flinch, but he will be able to live another one, and I'm not banking on the fact that I'm going to get another flinch. So I'm going to switch out here just to put pressure on him with Toxicity. I'm going to double switch out. I expect him to bring in his Dragapult. Because I know Dragapult is lefties, I'm not really afraid. I mean, the best thing he can do is his dark, the dragon move, which will not kill me because he's lefties, which tells me he is pretty defensive, not offensive. So I could live whatever he wants to do. So I decided to take this opportunity to take a huge risk and go for a nasty plot because I'm expecting to bring in his convertible or his toxic pack. He brings in the toxic pack, perfect for me because I go for dark pause. He doesn't go for recover or haze. Instead, he goes for toxic, so he just gets the damage out. I predict him to go for convertible actually because I know that in this turn, if I did not go for Flash King, I just go for a safe dark pause. Convertible will be able to live that dark pause, and he'll be able to just wear me down with protects. And this is actually my only opportunity to kill off convertible, so convertible cannot keep stalling me because he does have toxic on me, so he could definitely wear me out by keeping switching back and forth. So I didn't want that to happen. So I do kill him off luckily with the Flash Canyon. With that prediction, he goes to center race, which is a huge threat. Of course, I'm going to sack my mana burst. At this point, mana burst is useless because I'm only here to defog, and since the Cafe will die, I don't need to defog anymore. So he does take a lot of chip from obviously the Rocket Helmet, which is nice. He goes back to Dragon Poke, as I do go back to Mammoth Swan. Here I think I make the mistake of going for Earthquake just because Earthquake affects his Dragon Poke. I figured he still have his toxic packs, which he might want to bring in, but it was pretty obvious he's gonna bring his Club Nut, so this was a bad play. But I will switch out here because I'm forced to. I see he just goes for a U-turn on my Toxicity, which is a good move. Now he goes into Dodrio thinking that he could actually lock me in, but I'm gonna show him here right now that I am Scarf, so I'm gonna go for Boom Burst. He reveals that he is not Focus Sash, that really just knocks him out of the game, and he goes to Dragon Punch. He decides to go for a Whirler. I'm incoming Mammal, so I'm like, oh crap. So now Mammal is completely useless as he goes to Toxic Packs. He's not afraid of no Earthquake because after -2, I would not kill him. So I'm going to switch out into Toxicity as he goes by Dragon Punch, which is a smart move. He's really putting pressure on me. He's still faster, which tells me that he's max speed. So that's interesting. He's max speed with some defense investment, I think. Probably HP investment as well. Because I'm a 409, he's a 421. The only way he's going to outspeed me is he invests fully in speed, which he shows here. 5 less, that's a lot to me. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting set because he has U-turn as well. U-turn, what was it? U-turn, Whirlwind, and Fire Blast. So I guess for those Fail Thorn. Pretty interesting move. So now I feel like I'm safe because he could go for Willow on my Quandon, but my Quandon will definitely kill him off with huge power and what was it? Knockoff. So I'm not afraid of him going for Willow if he wants to go for that. He decided to save him off by going for U-turn. U-turn does a lot of damage, goes to Call of Night, and I'm just going to knock off, does 53%. I know I could not kill him off, and he's actually faster, so I know he's going to go for Roost. So I decided to switch out. He actually knows this, so he switches out as well, go to Toxic Pack, but he has the worst advantage here. Because Dodrio is out of field, I'm no longer scared to go for Volt Switch. Go for Volt Switch, touch into my Hydreigon, and I know this guy can't do anything. The best thing to do is U-turn to me, going to Cinder Race. Unfortunately, here I got greedy. I decided to go for Nasty Plot, thinking he's going to bring his Toxic Packs. He made that smart play. That was risky, but smart play. So I'm going to have to switch out to basically sack my Mammoth Swan. But he goes for U-turn, going to Call of Night once again. I go back to my Toxicity. As he goes for U-turn, so my Toxicity is very, very low at this point. It didn't look good at all. Here he goes in Dragon Punch. As you saw earlier, Dragon Punch is actually faster than me, so I'm going to switch out. Sack my Mammoth Swan. Now I'm down to 4-4. I go to Mimikyu here. I'm not going to take any risks here because he could obviously go for Will-O-Wisp as I go for Sword Dance. There's no reason for me to go for Sword Dance because I cannot knock out his Toxic Pack no matter what, because Toxic Pack is pretty much in full life. He's at like 99%, yeah, so even if it has Shadow Claw, it will not do anything, especially if he could go for Willow. So this is my perfect opportunity to just go for Shadow Sneak just to get as much damage as possible before I get burned. At least that was what I was hoping for, but he decides to go for U-turn just to get my disguise off. But I'm so lucky to get that damage off because the next Volt, if he decides to switch that guy in, well, he will die. So at this point, because Mimikyu went for Shadow Sneak and he actually stayed in, my Toxicity could just come in and just Volt Switch and kills everyone. So Chrome Knight will die to that, his Cinder Race will die to that, and obviously if he wants to bring out his Dragon Poke once again, he's gonna die because he don't have enough life, and Toxic Peg is gonna die. So I'm looking real good right here. So at this point, I'm just gonna switch out into Hydreigon just to sock it, pick up the Powerball. He does miss, but he is faster, so he has to go for a U-turn out of here. Go back to Dragon Poke. That was actually a good play to go into Dragon Poke because he's trying to get more HP, so that my next Volt won't be able to knock him out. So I go into Mimikyu here, and then what do I do here? I think I double switch. Yeah, so I make that double switch play because I knew he was going to be afraid of my Shadow Snake, so he's going to want to switch to his Toxic Peck or his Chrome Knight, and he took the bait, and I get free Volt out of there. So now he's down to 3. I'm down to 3 as well. Going to Condon. Condon was actually my best play because if he wants to bring in his Dragon Poach, his Dragon Poach will die to a Life Orb. Aqua Jet guarantee. His Toxic Peg is going to have to take a knockoff. His Cinderace is not going to take a Aqua Jet at all. So here I do I didn't want it to over predict, so I just go for a safe Aqua Jet. I go for knockoff. I follow up with knockoff. Here he did not decide to go for a recovery. Instead he goes for a Skull. So, and he luckily did not burn me, so I'm able to get off another knockoff, able to knock him out. And now he's back to Cinderace. He switches out in Cinderace to Dragon Punch. It doesn't really matter. I was going to go for Aqua Jet regardless. Now I died to my own Life Orb, but I do have my Toxicity, and I know I'm faster because his high speed is 370, and he just shows that he's not Scarf with Powerball and U-turn. So Boom Burst took him out, and that was GG. So such a great player. Shout out to this guy yovn with the Kanye shrug emoji. GG to you. If you guys like this type of content where maybe I feature someone or feature a player that I feel like our battle got down to the wire, let me know in the comment section below. I'll try to make more of this. If you want me to go back to just the regular laddering OU without me commentating in detail, then let me know also in the comment section below. Or if you like both, I can mix it up a little bit. Or if you have any other ideas, please leave it down in the comment section below. Check out all my description. Leave this video a big thumbs up. You already know what to do. Thank you guys so much for watching, supporting. I'm trying to keep going basically. So support me, and I appreciate it. See you in the next vid. Peace.